Good morning, everyone. It's Eric with His and Hers HHQ. As you can see, I'm sitting here fiddle farting away with this bed. I'm adding these tail lights here because I happen to like the way that looks. But first and foremost, I hope everyone had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I know I I spent quite a bit of time vegged out. That's for sure. The turkey was, it was oh so good. I like to use that Tony Zachary's. Um, I that Tony Zachary's I literally put on almost everything. That Creole seasoning just really sets things off. Yes, I know there's a better way to do this, and it's better to do it before you have it all glued together. But when you get a little excited, a little ahead of yourself, yeah, this happens. So now I have to take all that extra careful time and try not to break things. But anyway, I've got a lot going on here on the bench, obviously, working the Pride of Your Country buddy build between myself and Mark at Blue Streak Customs. And of course, I'm doing the Fat Fenders Fins and Chrome group build, hosted by Rob at Time Machine Scale Models. And I have to say, trying to catch up on some of everybody's videos, I caught a question going around, or somebody posited a question about a Holy Grail kit. Now, I caught Jason over at Blue Ox, caught Matt over at Model Car Videos. I caught several people's answer, but it got me to contemplating this. This is one of those cases of I've already been contemplating that question for a while. Like, what is that one kit, that kit of kits? And I have to say, it's seeing like, obviously Jason at Blue Ox, big on the dragsters and all that. Matt is, actually I really did enjoy Matt's answer to that. How he, really doesn't know because it's constantly changing. And he actually showed off some kits that I would put not as a Holy Grail kit, but I would put more as if I had a top 20 wish list. Like that turbine, the Chrysler turbine car. My dad used to have that kit when he was a kid. Now, I had never seen it, but he told me about it and whatnot. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on one at some point in time. I sure as hell, boo, I almost said HE double hockey sticks. Whew. Hello. Anyway, I sure as heck am not going to pay some of the prices that, almost everybody's asking for them. So I'll just, one of those things, it'll be out there. I'll get it one day. I've seen some tractors, farm equipment, John Deere. actually in 25th scale, not 24 scale. A backhoe. My dad actually had one. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You know, it's in that top 20 wish list of kits. There's quite a few. Believe it or not, I really enjoy the 1/72nd scale aircraft. And probably real close to the top of that wish list, which would be cars, trucks, armor, airplanes, you name it. Pretty close to the top is a kit my mom had. I remember this kit, and it the significance of the kit never struck me. But I remembered it. I had to been, good Lord, 9, 10 years old when she got it. It is the in 1/72nd scale, mind you. It's the space shuttle, but it's not just the space shuttle. It is the space shuttle with the external fuel tank and both rocket boosters, all in 1/72nd scale. That's one of those kits that kind of gets up there, that wish list that I would, that could really start completing my collection kind of thing. So it's not quite a holy grail kit. And again, when it comes to that, I understand where Matt was coming from. So for the most part, I agree with what he was saying overall, because none of us have actually seen every model out there. None of us have actually, seen what's to come. So, our list, our holy grail, in some cases, will probably be changing. But I have to say, I actually, to the slightest degree, disagree with what Matt was saying. That there can be a kit out there that is, to the individual person, the kit of kits, that it would just absolutely the bucket list. That it would be the top of every list of every model that they've ever wanted. And don't get me wrong, again, like all of my stuff in cars, there are so many in the automotive that I would love to get that could almost be holy grail kits for me. I wouldn't mind getting a couple of Batmobiles. I've got the Monkey Mobile. I would really love to get my hands on the Munsters coach. That'll be one of those one day that may happen. Of course, the General Lee, Daisy's Jeep, Cooter's tow truck, Roscoe's police car. Those are up there in that top 20 list in the automotive. But if I were to take all of my list, the armor list, which, believe it or not, there's a kit out there. It's in 1/35th scale on the armor side. It's that would top my list. That would be kind of like it would be the number one spot. Would be an FMTV in 1/35th scale. It's the modern Army, or one of the more modern Army type 5-ton. and it's got the 2 axles in the back, single axle up front. That would be the number 1 spot, followed very closely by the, I want to say it's the, oh, dadgummit. I know Motor T would get it. I want to say the 1078, but that's not it. It's the Het. It's the great big one, the heavy equipment transporter. It comes in 1/72nd scale and 1/35th scale. I would love to get it in both scales, but in 1/35th scale, I'd like to get it and an M1A2 Abrams, just because. So that would follow, closely that FMTV. And the reason why that FMTV is because I would mark it up like the one I drove in Iraq. So that, the whole up armored thing and whatnot, I would do it up just like the one I had in Iraq. But that is that side. That's the number 1 on the armor side. And on aircraft, I would love to get my hands on a 747, a C-141, and a C5, all in 1/72nd scale. Those are resin kits. They are available. They are resin kits, but they're like $500 for the C5. I cannot do that. It's a big kit, but there's just no way I can do it. So it's on those wish list kind of things. And of course, in the automotive, I already covered where I was in there. Ships. I just recently saw in 1/350th scale a Vietnam era, not like it was actually a recent kit, but it's the Vietnam version of the USS Intrepid, the aircraft carrier my dad served on in Nam. And it's got the air wings and aircraft on it that were on his ship during his 2 tours in Nam. So I would love to get my hands on that kit and do it up for him, before he passes. And, hopefully that's several years away, but, it's just one of those things. I would love to get my hands on, but I think they were asking like $285 for it or something like that. It was this crazy amount. So it's one of those things that tops that list. But out of all of those, there is one kit that is literally my holy grail kit. And I only saw the kit once, ever. I mean, I can kind of recreate what I was looking at or looking for with other kits, but that one kit, I seen it once before, and that's because my mom had that kit. She never built it because she could never get the right colors. But in 1/72nd scale, which tops the list, it's 1/72nd scale Air Force One. We're talking the President Reagan Air Force One. That is my holy grail kit. I would love to get my hands on that. I would absolutely do a build-up on video for everybody, because I've got my airbrush ready to go, and I'm willing and raring to go and find the right colors and make sure the color scheme matches. I will do all the masking and airbrushing I need to do, so that most of the fancy pinstriping and stuff isn't decal work, that it'll be actual paint. That is my answer to the Holy Grail kit. That is my Holy Grail. Now, I know the vast majority of everybody that watches me is automotive, and the majority of all my builds thus far have been automotive, but I do have some aircraft in there, and as soon as I have it, I will do armor builds. And we're actually working on coming up with a couple of ship builds. So we're getting there. We're going to branch out. And obviously I did the one sci-fi slash cartoon, which is more of an anime type thing. Of course, me saying cartoon, have my kids' heads turning, but yeah, that is my Holy Grail kit. It's Air Force One in 1/72nd scale. It's the VC-135, I do believe is what it is. V being VIP, obviously. And I would totally do that up as Reagan's Air Force One. Evidently, my dad and I were just talking about this the other day. I met him once. Well, Mom met him out in California. It was shortly after he took office. My dad was still stationed at Point Magoo. And the wives of some of the security detail and the service members there on the base were out on the flight line and got to meet him, shake hands, and I must have been 2 or 3 years old. No, good Lord, no. See, I would have been 6. I would have been 6 when I got to meet him, and he shook my hand and all that. Evidently, somewhere in the family photos, there used to be a picture of my mom holding me with my hand getting shaken by Ronald Reagan, President Ronald Reagan. And the reason why that was so special is because I share his birthday, February 6th. So that was kind of a really cool moment. So that's my Holy Grail kit right there. That is my answer. Anyway, I did a whole lot of rambling here, and I didn't get a whole lot done. I can't do 2 things at once, like walk and chew gum. Anyway, I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I wanted to get that this answer out there. Again, I apologize for the ramble, but I thought it was, pretty fun subject to cover. What is your Holy Grail kit? And again, I can agree with where everybody's at. I totally see it. But that's my own personal take on it. I think there really is that one kit for everybody that is just the kit. The one kit that they either can't get a hold of, or it's just out of reach, or whatever. Mine happens to be Air Force One in 1/72nd scale. But enough about that. Look forward to Wednesday's video, because I will have a lot more done with the Pride of Your Country buddy build between myself and Mark. If you are not subscribed, go over and check him out. He's got a lot of really cool videos, and you can follow along with both of us as we go along with our builds pertaining to that. And, I honestly think the way I've got this planned out, I think I'm going to do the USA proud. Also, I've got some more. I'm hoping Friday I will have more work done on the Fat Fenders Fins and Chrome group build. And I will have that up again. That's hosted by Rob at Time Machine Scale Models. If you are not subscribed to him, get on over there, give him a sub, and follow along with everybody. You can also follow the hashtag Fat Fenders Fins and Chrome group build, or 2022 group build. And follow everybody as we go along in this adventure of Fat Fenders, Fins, and Chrome, and see what everybody's doing. So I think, yep, I checked my bullet points. I covered everything. So I'm Eric with His&Hers HHQ. If you haven't yet, head on over to Facebook and follow us at His&Hers Hobby Headquarters. Take a moment, like, subscribe, share the content, share the love of scale model building. It's certainly a medium that is only limited by your imagination. It is definitely an art form worth preserving. And as always, take a moment, comment below. It may be 5 minutes, it may be 5 days, but I do try to be as interactive as possible. I really enjoy all the conversations and in the comments back and forth with all of you. This is a fantastic community, and I'm absolutely honored to be a part of it. I'm glad my wife talked me getting back into scale model building. It's definitely well, it's definitely a hobby that is worthwhile. I'm Eric. Have a good day.